boycotts or not, but hey, I guess he says every little bit helps, every little bit counts. I don't know what's been going on with these Cali Reparations out there in California. Shout out to my people on YouTube as well too. We're live, we're streaming, we're on both X/Twitter, and we're here on YouTube, guys. Make sure y'all share out tonight's program on both platforms. If you're on YouTube and you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Click that notification bell. Like tonight's broadcast as well too. Leave a comment, especially if you hear something interesting. Like I told a lot of people on X, we're gonna be talking about. I don't know if you guys saw Black History Month at the White House. We had a number of our people on here on Twitter, on X, that went to the actual White House. A lot of what people may consider Black Maga grassroots, where they were there. A lot of photo ops. Shout out to Mark and a bunch of people that was there as well too. That caught a lot of blowback too, by the way, guys. We had a lot of people with blowback. I saw Pastor Jamal Bryant, and he was talking hella noise. Jamal Bryant was sitting up here talking about that they were basically coons and they were runaway slaves. He was just going off. He was saying a whole bunch of stuff. And I find it very interesting that whenever you have one of these Democrat affairs, you never hear them say that about the actual people that's attending, supporting the Democrats. They just saved all this hate and all of this for the actual GOP. And they just, name calling left and right. Roland Martin, he was going off. A number of people were going off. They were just upset about it or whatever. And, I look at it like this right here. This was actually the first time I actually seen grassroots participants on either side of the political party actually take place and actually be up in the actual spot. They were actually up there in the White House or whatever. So rarely do you see, quote unquote, Democrat grassroots people up there and everything else when they have these type of functions. They were up in the house, so shout out to them. Whether you agree with their politics or not, they're putting in work, so they're entitled to have their opinion. And then we're gonna talk about this thing going on over in California. We're talking about the protective status of Haitians being lifted. I know you guys heard about that as well too. The status of Haitians have been lifted, and I think it was supposed to go all the way to 2026, but Trump, he put a cutoff on that, and I believe that cutoff is coming August 3rd of this year here. So over 500,000 Haitians potentially could be impacted by this actual turn of events as well too. I'm gonna go ahead real quick, and I'm gonna just jump on this thing real quick, the Joy Reid thing. I'm gonna jump on that. Then I got to touch up on the reparations. I'm gonna touch up on the Haitians, the MAG, all that stuff. Like I said, we're trying to fit it in all in tonight. From our curation partner, Atlanta Black Star, MSNBC under fire faces threat of boycott after canceling Joy Reid's evening show as DL Hughley and others show outpouring of support amid hate from Trump and MAGA trolls. Joy Reid will host primetime. Joy Reid will host her primetime news program, The Reid Out, for the last time Monday night, at least on MSNBC. The move is part of a dramatic reshuffling of the network's primetime lineup. Fans were irate to hear Reid had been fired. Some, including comedian DL Hughley, said they won't be patronizing the network, if at all, without Reid on the air. Hughley's followers are largely in agreement, with some calling for a boycott, others questioning why Morning Joe was not on the chopping block. One user wrote, MSNBC ratings are down overall. I saw watching news, especially network news, a day after the election, refused to go back. Joy is not the issue. Micah and Joe solidified the drop when they went to Kiss the Ring. Now to blame, I will follow Joy wherever she lands. She will be a success no matter what. Another added she gets canceled, but Morning Joe stays. His ratings are worse than hers, but we all know what it is. Reid, writing on her Blue Sky account, reached out to her fans early Monday morning saying, I just want to thank everyone who's reached out with kindness and encouragement, both personally and in these social media streets. I see DJ's requesting to come up here. Let me get him up here real quick. Let me go ahead and get him back up here real quick while I finish reading the article. Where was I at? We know it all. So very proud of the Reid at joymsnbc.com team, our truly family, and all our supporters and friends. See you tomorrow night at 7 one more time. Reid staff found out about the show's cancellation from other media outlets after the news was leaked Sunday in a series of emergency viral meetings New NBC President Rebecca Cutler insisted recent attacks from President Donald Trump had nothing to do with the decision to cancel the Reid out, but was part of a broader network reboot. Not everyone is buying that rationale. Ambassador Digital Magazine editor-in-chief Musa Jackson wrote on Threads, every time MSNBC has a shakeup, the Black woman solo-led shows is always the first to go. Tamara Hall, Tiffany Cross, Zelina Maxwell, and now Joy Reid boycott MSNBC. Gracious as ever, the president celebrated the job losses on True Social, where he called Reid an obnoxious racist and demanded the network pay for the damage they've done to the country. Low-life chairman of Comcast, Brian Roberts, the owner of ratings challenge NBC and MSNBC, has finally gotten the nerve to fire one of the least talented people in television, the mentally obnoxious racist Joy Reid, based on her ratings, which were virtually non-existent. She should have been canned long ago, along with everyone else who works there, the president said. Also thrown out was Alex Wagner, the sub on the seriously failing Rachel Maddow show. The screed continued. Rachel rarely shows up because she knows nobody's watching. She also knows she's got less television persona than virtually anyone on television except perhaps Joy Reid. He continued. Then, of course, the low IQ con man Al Sharpton, who has perhaps the lowest TV ratings in the history of television. What is he doing to Brian Roberts to stay on the air? The whole corrupt operation is nothing more than a legal arm of the Democrat Party. They should be forced to pay vast sums of money for the damage they've done to our country. Fake news is unpardonable. MAGA trolls show little sympathy and alignment with Trump. One user wrote on X, formerly Twitter, in response to a clip of an emotional Reid reflecting on her show. Joy Reid in tears is talking about her show being canceled. This is the most beautiful thing you ever watched. Remember when she said she didn't give a damn about white women's tears? I don't give a damn about her tears. They sustain me and make me happy. Reid has been a host of MSNBC since 2014, the last 4+ years spent on the Reid out. Filling her time slot will be a new show featuring host of MSNBC's The Weekend, former Biden operative Simone Sanders, former Republican National Committee Chair Michael Steele, and veteran MSNBC correspondent Alicia Menendez. Shout out to all you guys coming up in here. What's up, DJ? I see you up here. What's up as well? Original Shannon, what's going on? I see you guys coming up in here. Can you guys hear me okay? Is the audio fine? Yeah, the audio's fine. I'm taking the audio's fine. Give me a fist pump. I'm assuming everything is good. Original, y'all can hear me. Okay, Shannon, y'all say I'm good. I'm good. Let me go ahead real quick, guys. I want to touch up on this. Let me go ahead and touch up. What's up, Avenge? The ancestors over there on YouTube. What's up? What's up? Let me go ahead. I want to touch up on the situation going on in California right now with new bills and everything else has been brought up. This is from the Sacramento Observer, another one of our curation partners. In an unexpected move, California Republican lawmaker Bill Aselli introduces reparations bill. Last month, about 100 reparation advocates met at the state capitol to build support for bills they backed that didn't make it to the assembly floor for votes during the last legislative session. During the day-long event titled Reparations, Education, and Advocacy, members of 20 grassroots organizations announced that they were willing to work with any lawmaker, Republican or Democrat, who would help to advance their cause. Last week, the advocates found support in an unlikely campaigner, Bill Aselli, a Republican lawmaker who just last year stated he does not support using taxpayer money to pay for reparations. In February, in a February 21st press release, the Coalition for a Just and Equitable California, CJAC, stated that the movement to recognize and support American freedmen residents is a nonpartisan effort that prioritizes sound policy over political affiliation. CJAC is a statewide organization at the forefront of mobilizing grassroots efforts for reparations and reparative justice for freedmen, a term used to describe Black Americans who are descendants of slaves in the United States. Over the coming days and weeks, additional provisions will be added to further honor the state's responsibility to develop policies for American freedmen residents directly in such areas of business, housing, and education, instead of nonprofit organizations with little to no transparency and public accountability, CJAC release stated, Asili, a former Riverside County prosecutor and the first Muslim American elected to the California legislature, and introduced Assembly Bill AB 1315 February 21st, legislation that would create the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency. Asili says he is presenting the bill with support of members of CJAC. I have introduced AB 1315 to deliver on a broken promise and engage in an honest discussion about creating opportunities for American freedmen instead of more empty political rhetoric from the Democrat Party, Asili shared with the California Black media on February 22nd. But some political watchers and skeptical Democrats are questioning the motives behind uh, his sudden and unexpected support of reparations policy. At press time, Asili had not announced the introduction of AB 1315 on his website or social media pages. Some are also pointing out the inconsistency in his position on reparations. For example, the Black LA Young Democrats reposted a screenshot of Asili's post on X from last year stating that he doesn't support taxpayer funded reparations. All black folks in California are watching y'all get played, the Black LA Democrats wrote, referring to CJAC. The drumbeat for reparations is growing louder. Asili posted on X last year. Today's resolution, ACR 135, was the first step and formally recognized the harms of slavery committed by the state of California, even though they were never a slave state. Asili followed the post with this: I'm very much opposed to California taxpayers paying reparations. Asili made that statement following a floor speech acknowledging an assembly resolution that apologized for slavery. In Asili's new bill, AB 1315, he proposes the creation of the California American Freedmen Affairs, a state level department that would create a genealogy office to process eligibility requests and provide a legal arm to support reparations claims. The bill mirrors many of the provisions in Senate Bill SB 1403, authored by former state Senator Steve Bradford, who represented the 35th District in Los Angeles County before terming out last year. Bradford's bill SB 1403 also called for establishing CAFAA as a state level department that would administer all reparation activities. However, some members CLBC did not support the bill moving to the assembly floor for a vote because they said it ceded legislature authority, which is critical given the generational impact this legislation would have. We understand this legislation process is complex and does not always unfold as initially envisioned. The CLBC said in a statement, however, we remain committed to our long-term goals and recognize that this is a multi-year effort. CJAC has, however, blamed the stalling of the bill on the CLBC and expressed their disappointment and outrage. Last year, according to Bradford, Asili offered to bring his bills up for a floor vote, but Asili told Bradford then that he would not vote for the legislation he sponsored. Bradford declined the offer. I seriously wonder if at Bill Asili will be able to keep a straight face if this comes to the floor. Half the audience will laugh and protesters will start yelling, and boom, the GOP has enough footage of the scene to cover years of campaigning ads, wrote Outsider, a commenter on X. News of Asili's AB 1315 arrived a day after the CLBC presented a 16-bill package with several reparation and reparative justice priorities. This bill, AB 1315, does not require further study before it can become operable. Instead, it initiates real steps towards progress immediately, CJAC stated in response to the CLBC package. DJ, if you up in the space, let some of the speakers up here. I see Mark trying to get up here. I don't know if he must not be in the space. Okay, this bill, AB 1315, does not require study before it can become operable. Instead, it initiates real steps towards progress immediately, CJAC stated in response to the CLBC bill package. For too long, the Democrat Party has lied to black voters and delivered nothing decade after decade. Asili told CBM this was most recently on display with the bait and switch by the California Legislature Black Caucus, which killed SB 1403 in the final hour of the legislature session last year. Assembly member Isaac Bryan says he looks forward to questioning Asili when hearing on AB 1315 is held. The author won't publicly claim CJAC's bill or clarify if he believes all debts owed to American descendants of slavery should be paid in full, including monetary compensation. Brian posted on X, there's one black man on the Judiciary Committee who gets to ask all the right questions. Brian said, referring to himself. Shout out to everybody coming up in here. I see Mark is up in here as well too. I'm gonna make you original. I'm gonna send you a co-host invite. Let me send you a co-host invite real quick. And in case somebody wants to come up here to speak, go ahead and let them come up. Let me go ahead and touch up on the thing with the Haitian situation going on real quick. This is from NBC News. The Trump administration ends extension of Haiti's temporary protected status. The Trump administration on Thursday canceled an extension of temporary protected status for Haitians. The latest move by the president targeting the form of immigration relief for people coming from countries facing political upheaval and natural disasters. In June, amid the island's violent domestic turmoil, the Biden administration announced the temporary immigration protection was extended for Haitians until February 2026. The Department of Homeland Security announced Thursday that it was vacating the extension and the protections would end on August 3rd. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem described the decision by former administration as an attempt to tie the hands of President Donald Trump. President Trump and I are returning to TPS to its original status, temporary. Noem said in the statement, Biden extended TPS in June for Haitians who arrived in the U.S. on or before June 3rd, 2024, to provide humanitarian relief. The small island nation descended into widespread gang violence last year, forcing the former Haitian president to flee the country and resign. The U.S. previously designated the status for Haitians who arrived in the country before 2010 earthquake and renewed it as recently as 2022 prior to Biden's decision. The DHS said in a statement that by July 2024, an estimated 520,694 Haitians were eligible to register for TPS. TPS is granted to immigrants in the U.S. who can't return to their countries because of natural disasters or political upheaval. It does not provide a path to citizenship. The Trump administration is ripping stability away from 500,000 Haitians who have built their lives here, children, workers, parents, and neighbors who have become integral to American communities and contributed to our economy. Beatrice Lopez, co-executive director of the Immigration Hub, an immigrant advocacy organization, said in a statement, deporting people to a country plagued by violence and political turmoil is unconscionable, and stripping them of legal status will only force working families into the shadows, inflicting fear in children and loved ones, and leaving industries like healthcare, construction, and hospitality scrambling for workers. Once again, Trump's agenda isn't about security, it's about cruelty and chaos, Lopez said. Haitians who were in the U.S. legally under temporary programs previously told MSNBC News they live with anxiety knowing the Trump administration could end the temporary forms of relief for deportation. At least 5,600 people were killed in gang violence in Haiti in 2024, according to the U.S. nations. And more than 200 people were executed in December, the UN said. So, what's going on, everybody coming up in the space, guys? Glad to see you guys tonight. We're talking about, as you heard, we're talking about a number of things. We're talking about the Joy Reid firing. We're talking about some of the Black Maga that showed up at the White House for the Black History Month event as well, too. We're talking about the California reparations, and they have an unlikely, quote unquote, somebody that's trying to get the bull, putting the bill up there. This guy, what's his name again? Asali. And a lot of people are kind of skeptical about this guy as well, too, because just last year he was saying that he wasn't a big supporter of taxpayer reparations. We're also speaking on, you just heard me speak on the situation going on with the Haitians as well, too. Trump has lifted the temporary status of protection that they had, and over 500,000 Haitians could potentially be impacted by this as well, too. So shout out to everybody coming up in the space. Let me give a shout out to Avenge Your Ancestors as well, too. Thank you for the Cash App. Mark Original, what's going on? DJ, what's up as well, too? And a number of our people coming up in here as well. Mark was at the actual event at the White House, too, so I want to get Mark's perspective on that as well. And like I said, when the space started, I know, Mark, you're probably getting a lot of hate mail from people as well, too, seeing those photos that you guys posted and videos. I saw Pastor Jamal Bryant the other day released a video condemning you guys and talking about coon this, coon that, house slave this, house slave that. If you're available to speak at this time, Mark, I wanted to get your thoughts on what it was like to actually go up there to the actual White House for the Black History Month. What do you think can be done in terms of any potential partnerships with MAGA Republicans or whatever in terms of the betterment of Black people, and how's it been like dealing with some of the hate that you guys have been catching lately? You know, from just going up there and doing a little photo ops and everything else as well too.
So I'm gonna first say, man, thanks for letting me have it. But listen, if I was a part of a party in which our people have been for the last 50, 60, 70 years, and none of the indicators have shown to have gone down. We talking unemployment, poverty, crime, the schools all messed up. If I was a part of a party that was that incompetent, I'd be ashamed to go against another group of people. And I'm saying that for every Black American that has voted for this Democrat Party, even the last time to come out. I'd be ashamed to even speak out and say anything. But the arrogance of these people thinking that they dictate to us, it's just, it's just way out. I don't give a damn what Pastor Jamal Bryant is saying or the rest of these dumbass Democrats that care more about feminism, gayism, the gay agenda, which is the white agenda, feminism, which is the white agenda. They care more about taking care of immigrants than they care about Americans. Pan-Africanism care more about Africa than it does the cities. I mean, we can't get the Pan-Africans to be Pan-Detroit, Pan-Chicago, Pan-Cleveland, Ohio. And so, who the hell are they that we should give a damn what they think when they're clearly part of the failed party? Why should we give a damn what they think? Just can you answer that question? Why should we care what they have to say when they are part of the failed party?
Hey, I feel you, and like I said, I don't see anybody when they come up there if it was Biden or let's say Kamala Harris had won the election, they would have been all kind of sororities up there, all kind of organization, nonprofit. You'd have all kind of people up there, and they wouldn't have got anywhere near the kind of hate that you guys got.
Well, see. Again, I don't give a damn what they ain't nobody for me to worry about them disliking me. And I think all of us that participated at the White House, I mean, we should have the same mindset. Who the hell are they? Who are they? Who are they following the party that keeps them on their knees? And then the few who are really, going crazy because they're losing their jobs, their contracts that they've been able to enjoy the luxury of having at the expense of the rest of our people. You see? So, who cares what they dislike? They are the problem. They don't tell us who we are to fraternize or not with. Who the hell are they? Do you all know that from the school system to corporate America to even when women and children go to these aid offices, housing authorities, who do you think have been there since the 70s walking all over poor Black people? These Black D9 members, these Masons and Haitian Stars. These are not just Black people. No, these are specific groups of people who've been working against the interests of our people. And I would say to everybody who hasn't left the Democrat Party, get the hell away from it. And I'm not saying just to go to the Republican Party. I'm saying get the hell away from either side and run your own people in your areas. Stop letting them pick your leadership. I don't give a damn how many degrees they got. Stop allowing them to dictate who y'all support. Because based on the evidence, they have failed you. Those people have failed you. Our people built these HBCUs, and these incompetent bastards, you know what I mean, fumbled the ball. So it's time we start pointing them out. I'm not just saying on the left, I'm talking on the left and right. Because you have a few of those elite black folks in that White House, but you know, frowning at the rest of us that were there. See, that classism is on both sides, not just one side. Black racism is on both sides. But for those who voted for Kamala Harris, you should shut the hell up. You should be so ashamed that you never say another mumbling word if you voted for Kamala Harris, especially as a black woman. You mean to tell me with all of the strides and the fights that black women have engaged in, the black women, you're going to turn it over to a filthy, nasty Indian? You didn't get the memo or something? You don't understand and know that the Brahmin Indian is no different than the Ku Klux Klan? And you're going to get up under an Indian Ku Klux Klan member? And then try and justify it. Hell no, we don't care what you think. Hell no, we're not going to follow what y'all say. You're not our leaders. It's a different day and time. They were voting to give power to pedophiles, going in little girls' bathrooms. This is what black women, black men were voting for, supporting Kamala Harris. For pedophiles to go in bathrooms for little girls, for men to play in girls' sports. They were voting for programs like the TPS and humanitarian parole, where they flooded the country with immigrants. We dodged a bullet, bro. We dodged a bullet. Do you understand what 4 more years of the Democratic Party would look like under Kamala Harris? Black people have lost their damn minds when it comes to this Democrat Party. Have become the laughing stock of our people. They're fools. And I would say to y'all in closing, don't stop at the national level. Now on the local level, y'all unseat as many of these sellout Greek blacks. You unseat. They're not on a black agenda. Ain't no black Greek representing the black people. Especially these black Greeks of today. They can't represent black people. They're people of color. They're minorities, black and brown. Anything but just being black people right here, the descendants of slavery. Go against these people. I don't care if they're y'all families. They are y'all opposition, y'all open opposition. They were willing to give the future of their children and their children's children and yours and mine over to immigrants. And wasn't gonna think of anything else. You see how stupid they were in California. They did the same thing in California, New York, and Florida, Minnesota. This is how dumb these people are. And then speaking against those of us who have free thinkers. We don't allow nobody to dictate to us. Nobody dictates to us. We don't give a damn about your relationship with the Zionist Jews. They don't tell us what to do. And I don't care if they're on the left or right. We don't take orders from no other race of people.
Mark, let me ask you a question real quick while I got you up here. What's your thoughts on Trump lifting the protective status of the Haitians and Joy Reid also being let go by MSNBC?
They all need to be deported. After they filed it, they should have deported. Just like the rest of the Haitians. Not just the Haitians now, because humanitarian parole was for Venezuelans, Cubans, Haitians, as well as Nicaraguans. Look up humanitarian parole. That's what you really look up. This is what Joe Biden was allowing them to walk in this country, work 18 months, and give them citizenship after they work 18 months. Bro, we've been dealing with this since the 90s, bro. See, Trump is going after those that have been here 30 and 40 years. He understands that you cannot overwhelm the country with all these immigrants and not expect for them to take over like they did in California. Like those Mexicans did in California, the Somalis did in Minnesota. And so it boils down to We had better start organizing ourselves to save us from these fools. These black freak fools that lost their mind, bro. And even if you're a member of D9, your organizational leadership is selling you out too. You might as well come over here with us too. You need to come with us. Because based on the evidence, you just been a dude's paying, you've been getting extorted, basically. Treated like a cow. So they were willing to bring these people in this country, bro, at the expense of their own children, their family members, our family. Man, bro, we have to stop them on the local level. They're not mad enough. I'm not willing to give the future of your children and your grandchildren over to those damn immigrants. Just like I'm not willing to give mine, the future of mine, over. I don't care if the Mexicans or them African babies don't eat. That's not my business. Stay in your own country. You won't have to worry about anything. It's not my business to work to craft for India. And I'm saying this to us as Black Americans as well as to white Americans. We have to be smart enough to protect this country from these Democrats who lost their minds. And from some Jews who don't believe in America first. Are we crazy? And I don't care if we got to be with the Ku Klux Klan. We all need to sit down as Americans and have a meeting against this. Because all those immigrants have come together. Whether they consider white immigrant, Spanish immigrant, Asian immigrant, African immigrant, they all. You remember I showed you that plan, the Office of New America?
Yeah.
And you saw all those different immigrant groups had joined forces. So I'm not listening to no African or the Caribbean tell me about, well, those are white supremacist talking points. No, those are American talking points. And don't know white folks running. In your mind, they run everything. And you damn right, I will sit down with the Ku Klux Klan before I sit down with any immigrant when it comes to America. Because I know all those immigrants together are meeting under that Office of New America. And I showed you in writing, I gave you the facts and the proof that the Jews, the Africans, the Mexicans, the Indians, they all are together. They all are working together under that immigrant agenda.
All right. Mark, did you have anything you want to say about the Joy Reid situation?
Fire her and then deport her. Send her back to the Congo.
Well, I think she was born over here, so I don't think you can send her back.
Send her back anyway.
That would be something if that happened there. But shout out, Mark. We appreciate you.
Why would we crap for her when she has a line with the progressive agenda?
Oh, I'm no fan of her. I'm no fan of Joy Reid at all. But I'm just saying, we couldn't deport her because she was actually born here.
Well, go against it. If you can't deport her, go against her. She is not a friend of Black Americans. She is part of the Democratic coalition. Africans are part of the Democratic coalition. They fall under the immigrant banner. Pan-Africans, immigrants, LGBT, feminists, all of that is part of the Democratic coalition. And the Democratic coalition is anti-Black. And so if you're a Black American and you align with any of that, you are anti-Black.
All right. Appreciate it, Mark. Shout out to everybody up in the space tonight as well, too. We got DJ. Are you up in the space? I'm not sure if you're up in here because I did call your name earlier.
And Newstoter, let me say this last thing. They're not even allowed to say. I'm talking about Black Americans under the progressive agenda are not allowed, when it comes to the progressive agenda, they are not allowed to specifically say that we're going to do this strictly for Black Americans. They're not allowed to say that. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
They're They're not allowed to talk about an agenda strictly for Black Americans. That's why you never hear them talk about.
Oh, okay. You talk about the Democrats. Oh yeah.
The progressive agenda, the Democratic coalition. If you're part of the Democratic coalition, you are not allowed. You will literally get kicked out of the bed with them if you specifically say, "Well, this should be for Black Americans only." No, they with that people color, that black and brown, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We heard that before that they can't make any guarantees or promises to Black people.
And for that reason, you should not be voting for them. You should be a part of their organization. Anybody who can't specifically say that they represent themselves as the citizens of American child slave is your opposition. I don't give a damn if there's a kid. And that's what the progressive agenda is about. That's what the Democrat Party is about.
Now, let me ask you this here, Mark. You feel confident? I know you're Republican, but you feel confident working with the?
No, I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I'm American. I'm an American because my people built this country no different than the rest that came. Whether you're a descendant of slavery or you're a descendant of slave owners, my people are just as important as any other group when it comes to the foundation that was laid to build this country. But we made Cotton King, and then slaves made Cotton King, and then Cotton started Wall Street.
So let me ask you this right here, Mark. Do you since we got the current administration in office, and it's turning red in quite a few places in the country, do you feel confident that Black people can find a common ground with the Republican Party and get some tangibles and things done?
Well, let me say it like this: don't the black races and the white races join the military together and fight against other countries? Don't we figure it out?
No, yeah.
We figured out then, though. And matter of fact, all these people we talk about all this, they hate white supremacy. You get up and go to work with white racists at the point. You do business with them if you own a business. You work for them. So all this being selective when it comes to politics, you sure ain't selective when it comes to making that money, though. You ain't against it then. And so, yes. So short answer is yes. That as Americans, we've always been on two sides of the tracks. We've always coexisted. And there's been no burning down the towns like Tulsa, in over 100 years? And most people don't even pay attention that when we had those 2,000 and 3,000 Tulsa-like towns, it was those Irish and Italians that came here as starving like dog immigrants and that were brought here by the racist Jews. You know what I mean? They're the ones that burned most of our towns. That's not talked about. That's not really, the layers are not pulled back on that. Because we so quick to say.
Wait. Who you said was burning down most of the towns now?
The Irish and Italians.
So you regular Anglo whites, they wouldn't burn the towns down?
I didn't say that. I said most of our towns were burned down by Irish and Italians. The 1919 riots. Lucky Luciano them and all of them that became the head of the Irish and Italian mob. That was them that came here, who brought here by the Jews. That was them burning most of our towns. But most people don't even dig that deep into history to even pay attention to that. Because you're trained to do whatever that Jew media tells you. And you trained to hate whoever they tell you to hate on their media. And you've been taking that from generation to generation. But nobody's ever talking about the role that the new immigrants played in the burning down of about 2,000 or 3,000 towns. Look up the 1919 riots, Red Summer. Those were Irish and Italians that had just got here. They weren't part of it. You know what I'm saying? Look you all. They were not. They came after slavery. These people came after. Look, if the Anglos were going to burn all our towns down, then how did those towns stay standing 50 and 60 years then? How did they stay standing that long before they started being burned down in the early 1900s? In 1919, 1920. Say it again?
You got it. You cooking. Chicago.
But see, most people are not given that understanding. They just told by Jew media what to think and what not to think. You see? No, the Irish in the town, it wasn't enough Anglos here to burn our towns down. We had them outnumbered. You think it's going to be more slave masters than slaves? No, they didn't have the numbers to burn the towns down. Them Jews started bringing them Irish in the towns here. Them starving dogs. And they came here like the savage animals that they are. Cavemen. Our people fed them. And then when you look in the 40s, when it came to Hitler, when Hitler, you know what I'm saying, was killing them, it was our great uncles that saved their ass from Hitler. Don't allow no Jew to tell me nothing. You better not say nothing but thank you. When it comes to our people, we saved your ass. You ain't never saved us. Don't allow no Jew to say anything out of their mouth to you without telling them, well, I stay in your place. I don't care how much money you got. They don't play them games with me, bro. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Because I give it to them straight. Talking about no anti-Semitism. You ain't no Semite. What the hell are you to question me? You half a human being? You don't question me. I'm your God. You ain't mine. We taught you how to wash your ass. You ain't taught us nothing. But you've been given the wrong version. You've been watching too much TV. And your family too scared to say the things I'm saying. But see, I come from a different stock. You know what I mean? My great uncle's name's on the wall down at the sanitation strikers. They fought in World War II. And when we were little children, they used to sit us down at their feet. When we were little bitty kids, they set us down. I got family up deep for defense. Yeah, different stock. Our people weren't scared to tell us. My grandmama was the first racist I met. Not no crap.
All right, appreciate that, Mark. I see we got DJ get his hand up real quick. Duncan, you want to speak? I know you was up here. If you want to speak, you raise your hand. If you want us to come back to you, that's fine as well too. I see everybody. We got a Pia up here tonight as well too. So Pia decided to come up here. All right, Pia. If you want to speak, you already know you ain't new to the space, so you know to raise your hand. Go ahead, Duncan. You got it.
How everybody doing? Mark, you was making some great points, man. Especially, I like the fact that you said that you don't represent Democrats or Republicans. You just represent the descendants of slaves, and that's commendable. Now I'm not gonna lie, I don't agree that it was mostly the Italians and Irish who were terrorizing our communities, even though that is a legitimate point, because the New York drought ride, that was about those newly arrived immigrants who did not want to fight in the Civil War, and they didn't want to fight for America, but they wanted to leech off America and come and enjoy the benefits. So I halfway understand it, but I don't want to make it look like the Anglos were not forming night rider groups and terrorizing us, because my great grandfather himself fought with the leader of the Ku Klux Klan, the White Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, Robert Shelton. And not only did they burn down our home, but burn crosses in front of our home. The thing is that, but you do have, like I said, I somewhat agree with it. But now, in regards to Joy Reid not being sent back, I'm going to say people make laws and break laws all the time. Laws change whenever they want to. They go back and change their law. If the law might say one thing today, and it'll say another thing the whole other day. You see what I'm saying? Because people make the law. And so I don't see no reason immigrants can't get sent back. You know, but the likelihood of that happening when you have a white immigrant like Elon, he's up there working with Trump now. The likelihood, and he's a globalist. I forgot his name. He was mentioning how Elon was a globalist the other day. Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon had an interview the other day. Elon is a globalist. But
Bannon been on fire lately.
Yeah. And but my thing is that and in regards to the California reparations, working with that guy who said that he didn't support it, but he did bring it to the floor. He tried to get it to get brought to the floor. So I don't see. It would seem logical for them to work with him since he did try to bring it to the floor. I don't know if he had a change of heart, which I doubt. A lot of times people would take up on calls just to thwart a call or to undermine. And I don't agree with state by state reparations anyway. That dissipated the energy of real reparation. But hey, I'm not in California. That's not my thing to do. But I think it should be federal. And one last thing, even though it's not a part of the room, it is in regard to reparation. The United States, China, Russia, all of them, they're gonna be competing for the natural resources of Africa anyway. And being the fact that there were certain African tribes that sold us into slavery, we would be dumb as hell. I mean dumb, excuse me. We would be dumb to say, okay, these people are gonna compete over the natural resources of Africa and we don't want our cut. So a lot of these talking heads that be on YouTube that steal ideas and don't even clearly understand them enough to defend them, just don't even mention the idea because you don't understand it clear enough to even defend it. But like I said, regardless of whether we like it or not, the United States and China gonna be competing over Africa's natural resources, and because they sold us, we have a legitimate moral complaint that we are entitled to not all of it, but a fair portion of it. And that's all I want to say.
Hey, if I could just give a 30-second response.
Yeah, real quick, because we got some hands up. Go ahead.
Yeah, 30-second response.
I told you drop original real quick. Drop original.
All right.
The majority of our towns were burned down by new immigrants. And if y'all watch how they set the Office of New Americans up and all these immigrants that they were bringing here, they did the same thing back in the early 1900s. They brought them in through New York, and then they spread them into those towns while people had strongholds and owned everything. The same way they just did with these Venezuelans, the Nicaraguans, Ukrainians. They did the same. They didn't change the place. They brought them in and put them all. Look up your office.
I haven't changed it in 120 plus years, man.
Exactly.
Let's go.
They took and brought them and put them in our strongholds once again. The Democrat Party did this, y'all. Matter of fact, don't just say the Democrat Party. The Uniparty did this. Okay, the Uniparty, which are Democrat and rich Democrats and Republicans, they brought them in to put them in our strongholds once again.
Well, I want to say this. I'm sitting back. I ain't even tripping about them. Your days getting deported.
Well, hold on. I'm not sure who's talking, but hold on. We got. Oh, okay, Yafi, I got you next. Let me get the Prophet, and then I come back to you. Prophet, go ahead, and then I get to you.
Thank you, sir. Much love to you for holding this space. Mark, I want to congratulate you, man. You get it. You got it. I've been in politics for over 45 years. I just turned 61 plus ministry. And the key thing that you have said was, is that you are an American, and that is me. I was with the Democratic Party for 40 years. Over 40 years. I've left them 10 years ago. And let me tell you, everything you said is spot on. And brother, you get it. And I have much joy to know in the 45 years that I've been doing politics, seeds that have been planted are growing. So the debate is good. Keep up what you're doing, and you spot on. One key thing is you have to rock with these senators and these congressmen. I deal with local senators, local congressmen. I deal with them all, and they know exactly where I'm coming from, and they know who I am. And I am self-made. Well, God made me, but I'm self-made. All the knowledge and what I put out there, I'm a researcher. Okay, so what you're talking about, this should be top conversation in many spaces on X. And once again, congratulations and much love to the host.
All right, appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming up here speaking as well too. We got a decent amount of people up in here tonight, so guys, definitely come in. We touching up on a number of topics. We got about 4 topics in the headline. We're talking about Joy Reid being canned. We're talking about the Black Maga, Black grassroots at the White House for the Black History Month. We're talking about California reparations out there, what's going on right now, and we're talking about the status, the protected status of the Haitians being lifted as well too. So feel free to come on up here tonight. For those that can, support us on Cash App, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Newstoter is the largest Black-owned, Black American news media curation platform today in America. Once again, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Let me go ahead and get to how you say your name? Oh, okay, you feel me. What's going on with you tonight?
What's up, brother? I'm saying let me come to the space. I want to talk about them reparations. Like, I'm ready for them reparations. I can feel it's coming, brother. I know it's gonna come, cause they can't deny it no more. And I feel like what's been holding us back, we got a lot of fucking tethers.
Try not to curse, cause I'm recording it. But go ahead.
My bad. We got a lot of tethers. We got a lot of tethers that's in Congress. They've been the one holding us back. And if that means the Haitians, there's a lot of Caribbeans in Congress that get that they push up. Like they black, they speaking for us, but they not foundational Black Americans, as I identify. And we need to get there. We need to vote them up out of there, like locally, all that. You feel what I'm saying? That's the only way we're gonna get these reparations. And I land my plane right there.
All right, appreciate you coming up. Thank you. Let me go ahead. I see we got a professor up here. Original, I'm gonna get to you too. I know you got your hand up. Let me go ahead and get to Professor. Professor, what's going on tonight?
Shout out to you, Total, and everyone in the space. I hate that I didn't make it up in here at the very beginning of this, because I know it's been a good space. A lot of great topics up there that we can talk about. But my question is, and the only thing I want to know is, has that Congo queen been deported yet?
Who you talking about? Joy Reid? Y'all do know she was actually born in America though, so.
She was born in America, but that lineage is Congo. Her mother and father lineage is Congolese. So therefore, I want to know, has she been deported yet? And we need to. I just want to see her up out of here. I was glad to see her get fired. She needed to be fired. So I am not one of the ones that's sitting up on spaces crying about her. I'm glad she is off TV. Hopefully we will never see her on TV again. And really, if we could deport her back to Congo, I would be one of the first ones to put some money up for that, just to send her back out of here. She spoke on our kids, and she had no reason to be speaking on us at all. We don't care nothing about you, Joy Reid. We don't care nothing about you or none of your people. Get out of here and go back to your land and stop those people from beheading people over there. Because I just saw a video of where some militiamen over there in the Congo are beheading Christians, just going around chopping folks' heads off and stuff. See, this is what I'm talking about. You sitting up over here. You sitting up over here worrying about Black American issues when you can go over there and fix your own homeland. Take your family over there and fix that. So that's really all I wanted to say, and I just want to sit back and see what everybody else have to say.
All right. Appreciate that, Professor. Let me go ahead and get to Starry. Starry, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Also, to shout out to Mark Carter. Thank you for what you have done. You have woken up a lot of people with your information. Some things that we did know, some things that we did not know. At the end of the day, you got this dude. Shout out to because wow, that right there was a wild card that nobody was expecting. And they trying to come for y'all, but they don't understand. Y'all got a whole lineage behind y'all ready to thump on their ass. That's what I want to put out there first. Second thing, when it comes to Joy Reid, I don't give a damn if they hire her, keep her, fire her, whatever, because our message stays the same. I'd rather for them keep her there so we can keep going in. Also, too, let's not forget, since they took out Joy Reid, most likely they're not going to put in another. I don't know. Let me not say that. Let me say this. We need to go hard on Maddows and the rest of them. Now that's going to give us even more ammunition to load up on asses. Also, too, a few things with the Haitians. It is what it is. I'm not sad. Hey, it is. It is what it is. Black Maga. Thank God for Black Maga. That's another wild card, trump card. No pun intended, but guess pun intended. I love the fact that Black Americans are stretching our political intelligence the way we want to. Whether you are Democrat or Republican, I'd rather see you remove yourself away from that party, because I know what that party has done to us. That party went hard on us. I believe, this is my belief, that party has no intention on doing anything for us or helping us at all. I believe that they never forget. I believe they're going to laugh in our face till they get us right back into the house where they can whoop our asses. And this time when they whoop our asses, they're going to make sure they take us down, as Umar Johnson say, for good, because we're too foolish to understand that these people are not playing with us. And it's over. That relationship is over, y'all. So as far as us trying to go back and do anything, that's over. Last but not least, when it comes to Omar, Ilhan, however you say her name, to be honest, I'd rather see her go. Because I noticed that she's in the Black Caucus, and as I end with this, that woman has never, ever, ever spoke on Black American issues, the progression of it at all. I have only heard her speak on everything else, plus the Somalis. I don't think she should be there. If they do deport her, that'll make me more excited than them deporting, what's the young lady's name, Reid. So shout out to Black Americans all around the globe. There's none like us. We're on our way, Cali. We're proud of you. We're sticking with you. Do not trust the Democratic Party. They don't fuck with you. They showed you time and time again.
Try not to drop no F-bombs, sweetie, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I keep forgetting I'm on your space. I'll be catching myself before I do. But I forgot I was here. I was looking up in the sky. Happy? Well, anyway, no, hold on. So, far as Cali, do not allow them to do any more harm to you. Last but not least, when they bring Kamala back there, tear her behind up. It's over for the Democratic Party. Thanks. I'm dropping.
All right. Thank you, Starry. Let me go ahead and get to I'm gonna get to original. I got you. Twizzle 2, Mark, I got you as well. Duncan, I didn't see you up here. Okay, I see you with your hand up now as well, too. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to you as well. Let me go ahead and get to original. Original, what's going on tonight? Yeah, he was up here, but he dropped down. Let me give a shout out real quick to Extreme X Super Chat on YouTube. Says, let's stay grounded, Black people, be one. Shout out to Extreme X. Let me go ahead and get to original. Original, you got it.
Yeah, what I want to say is that I don't give a crap about Joy Reid. That you bangy witch, that I don't care what happened to her. Let's not forget. See, because when Democrats started seeing that Black Americans was moving in a way that wasn't benefiting them, Joy Reid was one of the main ones calling us Russian bots and everything else. She did that. That shows the hate that she has for us. She went out there calling these other folks all these names. She was calling Black Americans these names because they got mad when people like Mark and Tyreek and others they was holding speaking, holding or speaking in spaces in a tone that wasn't beneficial for the Democrat. So we don't owe her any kind of support. I don't care. She can take her bald head somewhere, but I don't care how much she's crying. She deserved everything that she got. She deserved it, and so I don't care. And as far as Black MAGA, I didn't have an issue with black people, whether they was Republican or just independent. I didn't have an issue with black folks being up in that White House with Donald Trump. See, it wasn't an issue when these dumb, degenerate black Democrats was going up in there with Jim Crow Joe, a vehement anti-black racist who lied to them. What did he tell black folks? He said, "You had my back and I got your back." He had everybody back except for black folks. And these dumb people were still, they thought they could scare us into voting for Kama Sutra Kamala. And when they saw that, and they knew that she wasn't going to win. They knew that. And like I called them on the local radio here and told them, I said, I am proud to say that I did not vote, especially for the Democrats, because they had nothing for me, And so that, and like Mark said, these people, if you look at Raphael Warnock, Lucy McBath, what's the other crazy lady? Anyway, if you look at these Democratic platforms, what they have is their platform. They will either have like a generic platform, trying to say that they're inclusive with all, or they would have specific, like they supporting gay rights and illegal aliens and stuff like that. Mark is right. They would never cite on their platform what they would do for Black America, and that's why I dumped them. See, they dumped us. They thought they could promote Donald Trump being bad, Project 2025, which the Democrats have been working Project 2025 on us for decades. Let's not forget that. And then they threw abortion, and they just knew that those three would get them, win them the White House and possibly one of the Senate or the House. But they never factored in that we were so pissed off that enough of us, whatever that number was, dumped their butts, and they ended up losing. Because I'm telling you, these people, they were sick. I mean, they were sick. When I heard them talking after the day after the election, I mean, they was hurt. I was so happy because they needed to have been hurt because of what they was doing to Black Americans. Now, as far as the California reparations, I think this is a good thing. At least it's something that's pointing in the right direction. The Democrats are going to try to tear it down because they didn't do it. They had the opportunity to do it. What was that, back in December or November or December? Black Democrats stood there when I don't know if it was the same guy who tried to bring those bills to the floor. It was the Black Democrats that stood there and would not second those bills. They've already showed us that they hate us. So there's no love lost. So now they've gone out and done something that they themselves wouldn't do. So they deserve exactly what they're getting. And I hope they get it good too. Now, as far as the Haitians and their status, now, years ago, when I was caught up in that Pan-African garbage, I would have felt really bad. But considering now that we don't know who's I can't put myself in that situation. They're gonna have to deal with whatever they got to deal with, because see, when we were extending our hand to all these Black immigrants, we didn't know they had the hate for us that they have, and these people hate us. They ain't got nothing for us but hate. So they're gonna have to deal with. They're gonna have to hold their own walnuts on this one, because I'm not lifting anything to help anybody except for Black Americans and our land.
All right, thank you, Original. Let me go ahead and get to Twizzle, and then I'm gonna get back to you, Mark. I got you as well, Duncan as well too. Let me give a shout out to my man 400 as well for the contribution on Cash App. If anybody that wants to support us, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. We got the Cash App and the PayPal and Venmo up in the Jumbotron as well. And same over there on YouTube. Cash App is on the screen, and the PayPal, Venmo, that's up in the description. Twizzle, what's going on with you tonight?
Hey, what's happening, George? Shout out to the room. Shout out to everybody in here. You know what I'm saying? What's up, brother?
What's going on?
I agree with the professor, man, because I 100% agree with the professor, man. Ooh, you kiss my breath. Shout out to Reid. Shout out to her for now being accountable for her actions, for all the words she's been saying and all the stuff she's been doing. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, it's about time a woman is held accountable for her actions. You know what I mean? If you've been looking at her, how she's been having her little chants and her little rants, everybody can tell she's been liquored up off that wine, trying to follow in her so-called predecessor, her mentor, Kamala Harris. You know, and we all know she's from the Congo. Her family immigrated here from the Congo. So she's a first generation. And this is something that I wanted to bring up, and I wish we would talk about this more. It kills me the audacity of these immigrants, these first generation, these anchor babies who have to have the gall to try to tell us about American obsessionalism and American culture and what we are not doing in America. Like, your family ran. You don't have a history of fighting. Your parents didn't teach you anything about American South, the American suffering, the American culture. Like, my dad fought in Vietnam, and his father before him fought in World War II. So I was raised off those stories. You know, my dad used to never let me watch those stories on TV, and like when he used to show people getting water hosed and all that, he never wanted me to watch it because he didn't want me to believe it. He used to always tell me, boy, we fought back. You know, don't believe that we was all being chased by dogs. That's just propaganda that they want people to see. And then you had them preachers talking about turn the other cheek. That's what they wanted to put out there. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say shout out to the family, man. And hey, Joy Reid, be careful for what you asked for. I saw you over here all gaga geeking because you sitting here talking to Gavin Newsom, Slick Newsom. I thought you was like in love and everything. I'm like, is she married? They say you married, but when you saw Gavin Newsom, you was about to bust in your seat. Look at that picture of her next to Gavin Newsom. She just grinning so hard. You see that little tooth flaring up. Hey, I think that little tooth that she got in front got direct. You know what I mean? So hey, shout out to her and Black Maga. You know, shout out to them to be careful for what they ask for because they just might get it. You know. There's a lot of stuff that's against them. They're putting a lot of those black haters, them BLM haters in positions of power. So I just want to see what they gonna do. You know what I mean? Shout out to Donald Trump and what he's doing. The man is being a man of his word. He putting it in action. Like they said, he did 1,000 interviews, and Joe Biden and Barack Obama only did 150 around this time. So get an old man his credit. He doing it. He got this energy, whether you like him or not. You got to give a man his credit. You know what I'm saying? And I say with California and their reparation, that's going with Gavin Newsom down. You know, Mark Carter, he know California is going through a resurrection. California is going through a reflection right now. You got all kind of people thinking they can run for governor right now because they know California is going to be wide open, especially if they going after drunk people. Kamala Harris. California is wide open. People are tired of the Democratic Party. They're tired of the LGBTQ movement, and they're tired of all this. So the Republic, I think California is going to go red in this new gubernatorial election in 2026. You know what I'm saying? Reparations, we don't care about state reparations. I want federal reparations. I want government reparations. You know what I'm saying? I want it from the government. You know what I mean? Who've been taxing us, bleeding us. From my grandparents to my parents to me. You know what I mean? I hear all these white people say, well, I didn't own slaves. I didn't own this. Well, we're not coming for you. We're coming for the government, okay? So you step back and you eat your falafels, your sauerkraut, and your bratwurst, mind your business, and have some fried potatoes on the side, because that's about the best nutrition you would have. You know what I'm saying? And hey, shout out to the room. I'm kind of like talked out right now, and I appreciate y'all. Shout out to you, Newstoter, Mark Carter. Once again, congratulations to you, Blair. One thing about progress, you can slow it down, but you can't stop it. So, hey, just like that Harley, rip that throttle, man, pop that clutch, and come sideways, this way, and that way. Peace, y'all. I'm out.
All right. Peace. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming on up here, Twizzle. I'm going to get to Mark, and then I'm going to go ahead and get to you, Duncan, after that as well.
Hey, let me say something, just 2 seconds, Dow. Hey, Twizzle, always remember reparations is a two-check system, a state and a federal. The federal government allowed the United States, meaning your state, my state, to have
done harm to its citizens. So yeah, New Jersey, I need about $10-20 million. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Hey, I'm 100% with you, Pimp, but I want the federal first. And once I take care of the big man, then I worry about the small.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a 2-check system. So give us the big stuff.
Room, yeah.
So that way, the states can't dictate how much they're gonna give us. You're gonna have to meet at least 50 to 60% of that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Let me go ahead and get back.
And we want land in the states too. So, all the stuff, we'll get to that later. But go ahead, though.
Yeah, let me get to Mark, and then I want to get to Duncan. After that, anybody else that wants to speak, raise your hand or request to come on up here, and we'll get to you as well, too.
And see, when it comes to reparations, you all, it's like building a building. You lay the foundation first. What do I mean by that? You take over your local political positions. If you watch those Mexicans with that immigration movement, if you look at the civil rights movement, it was a ground up attack. If you take over the local politics, which means you control the day-to-day operations of the government, that means you're controlling the contracts. That means that you create millionaires. You put black folks to work. Those people then can put into the overall bigger fight to go after the federal government. You see how that works? But we've been sold a bill of goods by these phony Pan-Africans who've been introducing plans like HR 40 since 1989 and the 60s, and they've never done anything to sound the alarm to come get the rest of us to fight the demand. Be smart at this. If you control the politics, if you see, pay attention to what's happening. Those governors are showing you that even though Trump is going to stump them, they're showing you that they have states and little countries that they're basically in control of. And they're pushing back on them, even though he's using the feds on them, like he just did with the lady in Maine. You got to be smart enough. And as we go towards the federal fight for reparations, you're walking over all the money that's coming to your city, counties, and states. Don't y'all know that people would believe you a little bit better if they were eating already? You know they'll follow you a lot better than if you were showing them how to eat on the local level.
Let's go.
Trump also did something that I think a lot of people miss. And that was when he got in, all those immigration judges, he fired about 20 or 30 of those immigration judges. Why did he do that? Because they were the ones who want to back the play against him. This is why we have to take out the black caucus, the black carcass, because it's a dead body of people. We have to take them out of position because they are in Washington, D.C., going against any legislation that we push. So locally, not just the presidents. Don't stop at the presidential election. You take the city councilmen. You put in people that are from amongst us that are going to push our agenda. Stop letting them tell you how qualified you are. Qualified based on what? Oh, because you just went to some university? You ain't qualified enough for me. Are you black first? Can you work with other black people? Those are the first two qualifications. Don't tell me about how many degrees you got. You like that thermometer on my wall. You got more degrees than you ever gonna have. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put that second. We're gonna put that down the list a little bit. Because based on the evidence, you ain't got enough sense with all this debt that your crazy stuff is in to have done the right thing about yourself. You have done right by your own self. And you think we're gonna put you in front of us just because you went up in some old university? No, we're not doing that. Based on the evidence, that didn't work. You went and got you a job. You went and got you a contract. You didn't say about you never said we and us. Or you fought for your secret society. No. Anybody part in these secret societies, y'all should not be voting. Because they let you know from the jump. that they are not going to look at all of us first. They're going to look at their members of their organizations first. So we have to get these people out of these local, county, state, and federal positions. This is how we're going to get all the resources, whether it's reparations or whatever. If you look at the New Americans plan, if you look at the immigrant plan, it was a well thought out, orchestrated plan to set beachheads up in every one of these black majority cities across the country. Look up Cities for Action if you don't believe what I'm saying. Look up Cities for Action. And you will see it, all these black cities, mainly that we live in, they were positioning these immigrants no different than they did in the early 1900s with those Irish and Italians that came through New York, but they were sent to all those different cities where we had the strongholds. Do y'all remember when the immigrants were coming in? They were asking, what city you going to? When they said California. I mean, what state you going to? California. New York. Do y'all remember that?
Chicago.
You know what I mean? How do they know to say that they're walking over the border? Now, you clearly see them walking over the border, and they tell you where they're going. You think it's not orchestrated? Are you crazy? How do they know where they're going? It was orchestrated to flood them once again into our areas. This time, not to burn it down, but to take over the politics, take over. If you become the mayor, you control the money that comes from the federal level and the state level. You hire all your people, then they don't have to talk to you about your issues, period, no more. If the immigrants hire all their people, like the Mexicans did in California, they ain't got to have no conversation with you about no reparations or nothing else. That's why the black politicians there went against the reparations movement, because they got Mexicans that they had to answer to in terms of a vote block.
All right. Appreciate it, Mark. Let me go ahead and get to Duncan. Let me go ahead and get to you, Duncan. Duncan, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yeah, I would start off by saying that you probably do have a legitimate reason to deport Ilhan Omar, because she was not born in America. She was born in Mogadishu, Somalia, and her statement when she said she would put the needs of Somalia before the American people is like I said, is an unpatriotic statement. You can even say that it's grounds for her to be deported because of that oath they had to have about
That's treason. That's treason.
Yeah, it's treason. It's a treason statement. So that will be ground for deporting her. Now I don't see them looking into trying to do that. That the answer why you don't see Trump and all them trying to deport on that ground by itself is a question that you have to answer. For yourself. I wonder why are they not trying to deport her? That would be a good start. Now. I like what Mark said at the end, saying you don't see a lot of those black politicians, getting their causes pushed because they have to answer to the Mexican population of the voting bloc in California. I don't think we have numbers to take over California. I think, 6 or 7% of California represents black Americans, and I don't even know if all those black Americans are citizens of slaves. But and in places where you do have large populations of black people, like Mississippi for one, the funds are not there to even have a proper water infrastructure in their capital city like Jackson, Mississippi. So, let alone the state. Look at the state of Mississippi. In cash reparation, you're talking about the poorest state in the country, right? So, a healthy understanding of what's going on, you know that, that's a dead end trying to get state reparations, man, from places where we are, because number one, we are in the South. right? Most of Black Americans at the time when we have the number say, all right, we run the politics in the city, we might got 40%, 50%, or even 80% in some cities of Black Americans. We don't have the funds in those states to do state by state reparations. The reason I believe that California was so easy to do a state reparations cause is because it's a Democratic state. And I think that people that come from Democratic states, they don't really understand how against doing the states' rights or state-based reparations claim in these red states, how much of a because they have am I being muted out? I can't be heard.
Your phone just going in and out. Fix your phone, but go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, they live in states that have legalized marijuana. They have states where they have liberal agendas and bleeding hearts, and it's easy for them to get those type of issues on the table. But in places like Tennessee, which is a red state, they was even talking about making it being against even talking about reparations. If anybody remember, you know what I'm saying? I ain't forgot. In Tennessee, they were saying that they don't even want to talk about reparations as a statewide initiative. So I'm just saying we have to be. Being the fact that I'm from Alabama, Irish. Now it has its pluses, it has its minuses. But us pushing reparations statewide. Now I come from a state where the federal government had to send troops because our government, state of Alabama, was doing states' rights and was saying segregation now, segregation forever. So I look at it, if anybody is not in support of federal reparations first, I look at it as it's just a bad way of looking at it because it's only dissipating the energy. And then let me say this, and I'm going to land. If you just notice, if y'all was in the movement long enough to even remember before all these different name groups, FBA, ADOS, Freeman, B1, and all them, but when they was all on the same page, that's how we got reparations to a national movement like this. Because everybody was on the same page. When everybody started doing their own thing, that's when you saw the momentum slow down. When everybody was together, they even had a hearing in D.C. about reparations. But all that momentum slowed down when all the infighting started. The state by state crap started. So I've been there long enough to see what kind of problem all this have caused. And that's all I'm saying. I'm mute up.
All right, appreciate that. Thank you. Let me go ahead and get to Prophet. Prophet, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Thank you, sir. What I want to say a few things about the reparations is, like, I'm from California, okay, and about maybe a year ago, could have been a year and a half ago, reparations were acknowledged for direct payments for California. It was the NAACP who didn't want the people of California to get direct payments. They wanted the money to go into libraries and arts and stuff like that.
Correct, brother.
That's how they can pocket the money. Now, and that's why you see Trump right now getting rid of that federal government, 80% of it, because a lot of them people got to go because they have had their hand in the cookie jar, okay, where it doesn't go through. So you got to get rid of a lot of them federal workers because they're part of that Democratic establishment. So not only is the state's going to, participate in the reparations, but also the federal government is going to, once, I give it a year and a half, 2 years, there's so much money and fraud out there that has been recovered that the American people, especially Black America, Trump said it out his own mouth. He said the Black young man and the Black old man have got the short end of the stick day do something about it. So, you know, you don't have to like the man, but you know, he is the one that broke up that deep state. That deep state is deep. When I left the Democratic Party, they came after me like they came after Trump, tried to destroy me. But God, you understand what I'm saying? And now I got them Democrats running and jumping in holes. Okay, they don't want to see me. They don't want to talk to me. They're scared of me because I know their tricks. I know what they do, and I know how they govern. Now, I'm not a Republican, but I am independent. I'm an independent thinker. I'm conservative on some issues, and I'm liberal on some issues. It depends on what the issues is. But with me, whatever side God is on, that's the side I'm on. And I'll land there.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let me go ahead and see who we got up next. Let me get to I think Phil is next and then Mark is next.
Yeah, what I want to say is we got to stay focused on us, get them reparations. We don't care who give it to us, Republican, Democrat. I don't care where it come from. It need to get to the front of the table. That need to be next. All this money they've been stealing. Like I feel so disgusted. I feel disgusted. Like what? I got Obama elected. What? I'm like, to do what y'all been doing? Like, bruh, this is crazy. They always found money to pay everybody else with us. We done fought in every war, so we need that check. We need that check ASAP. I don't care where it come from. Y'all want to come to the table? You want to sign the bill? We'll elect you. But we coming with demands now. We ain't just rah now. We coming with demands. We putting it on the table. You feel me? And I land there, and I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all.
All right. Appreciate you too. Thank you, brother. Let me go ahead and get to Mark, and then Detroit, I got you next.
Hey, I got to give a shout out to Vessel of Honor. Y'all see she's in the room. She was in Washington, D.C. also.
Yeah, I saw her leave a number of posts, so shout out to her as well, too.
Yeah, and she's a veteran that fought in the Iraqi war. You know what I mean? And so, and I bring that up because, again, so don't get it twisted when I'm mentioning Americans. I'm saying as Americans, that includes the Ku Klux Klan and all of us. There ain't no more racists than black folks out. They won't do no more killing than black folks will. We don't fear them because of whoever the history of who they are. I'm speaking in the vein of us understanding that all these immigrants have joined forces, quietly joined forces under this immigrant agenda against the rest of us. And the same thing I'll say to you as a black American, I'll say to them as a white American. Better have some type of meeting of the minds before we look up and be like California, before we look up and be like Florida and New York and those places. Yeah, we got a history of hating each other, fighting, killing, slavery, all of that. But you better not be so focused on that fight to the point that you don't pay attention to, since you like to say white supremacists all the time. I don't know where y'all get that stuff from. Ain't nothing supreme about the white folks. I'm not even going to say nothing like that out of my mouth. But since you like to use the term, some of those that do, that you better pay attention to these immigrant supremacists. Most of these people y'all on these apps going back and forth with about reparations, those people are not even, they came after slavery. Why y'all even talking to them? There's nothing to talk to them about. These people came here and they're just as parasitic as an African or a Mexican. We don't owe them no explanation. We fed them when they got here. So they're not allowed to have no conversation or get in our conversation when it comes to reparations. That's one of the questions that I first asked. Are you a descendant of slave owners? No. Okay, well, mind your business. This ain't your business. You know what I mean? But you know, our mind is just so fixed on, oh man, all white folks are the same. No, they're not all the same people. Irish is not Italian is not a Greek is not a Jew. You call them white. They don't call themselves white. Y'all be calling them white. But most of y'all don't live in the Midwest, so sometimes y'all don't pick up on where I'm coming from when I say that. As a matter of fact,
I call them white.
Go look at what Steve Bannon said about Vivian and the rest of them. Go look at what he said. He made it clear that we don't need no South African to come over here and tell us nothing. He was talking about Elon Musk, and he was talking about Vivian. Go look at those. Bro, I'm really just trying to give it to you so you understand what's happening here.
Let me say something real quick, Mark, on top of that. What we should do is go over to Steve Bannon website, get her. He got his own app. Elon ain't the only game in town. Mark Zuckerberg ain't the only game in town. Like, there's plenty of people out here with apps. Shout out to Funded Socially, man. We building up our own Negro app. So come on over there. Let's go, man.
Steve Bannon. I brought Steve Bannon because Steve Bannon understand that either you're going to be America first or you're going to be immigrant first. That's why I brought up Steve Bannon. If y'all go look at some of those videos, Steve Bannon was the one that was interviewing me when I was going viral prior to the elections. He the one that was interviewing me. He had a guy coming to Chicago to do those interviews.
And who's speaking? Because I can't see who's speaking.
Yeah, drop down. You feel me? You come back up. Update your phone from the App Store. Go ahead, Mark. That's Mark.
Yeah. See, y'all can't be.
What's up, Kara? You want to speak? Oh, speak on, man. Don't be fleeing the space system when you just coming over here.
Yeah. Don't be so caught up on the old fight. And I'm not telling you that these people are not still the enemy. Hell yeah, they still the enemy. And we should be there. See, I don't worry about no other man. God didn't make me worry about no other man. I don't care about them being no racist. They got white hoods, we got black. What you think gonna happen to their style shit? You know what I mean? Everybody ain't got no daddy like what's that little boy? They killed that little boy. These little kids, they kill these police and kill. You can't kill one of my kids. I don't care what you are. The police, the FBI, kill one of my kids. Shit, I guarantee you there's going to be some smoke in the city. So all that old fear of them being racist, you catch them burning across in your yard, what you going to do? In 2025, you ain't scared of black folks, so what you scared? Why you talking about him like his hard pump steel or something? His bullets don't hurt no worse than mine or yours. So all that old fear, trying to fearmonger us, man, we don't fear what the people will do. And I got to give it up to Elijah Muhammad, even Marcus Garvey. They went and met with them clans. Man, Marcus Garvey told them, he said, man, we done killed black folks for less than what you said. No, we done hung black. He said, man, we got trees from here to Jamaica. We hanging like y'all hang. The niggas for the fence, they spit on no Ku Klux Klan. Them Ku Klux Klans, when they ran into them niggas for the fence, man, they act like they was blindfolded or something. They didn't even want to look at them niggas for the fence. You know why? Because the niggas for the fence had the same fire that they had in them. They did as much killing as they did. But then nobody tell y'all about the niggas for the fence. They tell y'all about the scared part. That's why they say y'all white Jesus. But black Jesus ain't soft like you've been taught in these old Mason churches. I mean, that's all I just want y'all to really just understand and get it. That all of us as Americans, because both sides have been dumb. Just like the Jews and the Palestinians have been fighting since the 40s. Been going at each other since the 40s. And that's exactly what's been happening right here. Is you're so focused on just white versus black that you don't see all these different immigrants coming in and taking over the politics that y'all see, y'all counties and states. And once they take over your politics, they're going to control your day-to-day government, the government monies. They're going to take over your police departments. Once they have the politics, the day-to-day operations of the government and the police department, you're done. You're done. Now keep sitting back and partying, getting drunk, and not paying attention. You're going to look up and be just like California, New York, and Florida. Tricked by guys like Luke and them down there, and Luke Skywalker them down there, brought that degenerate culture, destroy black folks, help destroy black people. No different than them Jamaicans and them Haitians and stuff up in New York. Keep on running around here talking about you get you some exotic. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all up there on that East Coast, y'all, you know what I'm talking about. You up there, you want some sex? No, they trying to take over. They want to take over, and they say, he wants some sex. Oh, give him some sex, okay? In the end, he gonna have the sex. He gonna have the exotic. Man, I want to say, y'all know what I want to say. That brother that's in here from New York, he know what I'm talking about. How all the people up there controlling them politics and all the different areas, owning all the businesses.
All right, appreciate it, Mark. Let me go ahead and get to Detroit. Detroit, unmute your mic. Detroit, you always got that static. You got the headset on? Yeah, definitely. When you come into space, because we can't hear you with that headset on, so definitely. While we waiting on Detroit, let me go ahead and get to Let me go back. DJ, you want to go ahead and say something? Oh, hold. Detroit might be ready. Detroit, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready now.
All right, go ahead. You got it.
Make sure y'all get that subscription to Newstoter. Get that subscription to Newstoter, man. We building.
Facts. Hey, I just want to give a shout out to all y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? For maintaining this reparations talk, because I was, my dad, in Detroit, we own a couple businesses and stuff up here that been open for years, decades and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Restaurant, at least liquor license to the Arabs and all that crazy stuff, all on Coney. These 7 miles worth of, and we were all part of the African town thing, but it got shut down because they were saying it's divisive and all this other crazy stuff. This was 2004, you know what I'm saying? And Mr. Anderson, Dr. Roy Anderson, goal was to push reparations, but he got so fed up with the city council in Detroit that he just gave up on our generation, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like, how the heck could these people that made the idea of bringing black businesses in the all-black city and going from there, you know what I'm saying? Then, the predictions of how we were the permanent underclass by 2015, it all came to light. But now this reparations talk that we're doing, it's like really spread, and it even shows in Joy Reid getting fired, and a lot of other so-called immigrants who are in positions of power in politics are going to lose their jobs now because they're not representing us. They're representing whoever. And the white folks hired them to represent us, but we're saying they're not us, so they can't represent us. It's the reason why Joy Reid got fired. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, I just want y'all to know. Just keep on pushing for this because it's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? So just stay vigilant. Even though you got 80 West, FBA, and all that freedom and stuff, but it's reparations and making sure our kids don't have to beg these people for jobs because there ain't no in between for us no more. We either gonna run these people or we gonna have to beg them for jobs. That's it. Hey, y'all see it in between? Let me know. But the thing is, it's either we gonna be in power or we gonna be getting served by people who are in power. So, whatever Trump got, whatever them white folks doing on Trump's side, don't matter because he knows that we are economic power here. You know what I'm saying? We spend $2.2 trillion a year annually for non-black businesses. It's only 50 billion of them. You multiply that by 20 years, and it's only 50 billion of them. That's $100 million a piece that all of us are supposed to have in our goddamn own pockets. So, you know what I'm saying? The math ain't mathing up, but it really is. Because we got a lot of black corporations, a lot of black businesses, a lot of black entrepreneurs entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You know, I'm gonna leave it at that. We got fiber optics, we got toilet tissue, we got casting, we got lumber, timber, farms. You know, we got everything really. Just gotta connect everything, connect the dots with everything. You know what I'm saying? That's about it though. That's about it. Don't keep that listening to y'all.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let me go ahead and get the Prophet, and I'm gonna get them a girl Just Cakes.
Thank you, sir. What I want to say is that mainstream Black America and mainstream white America, and the key word is mainstream, we are united. Okay, we are united. Donald Trump got 40% of the black vote, and over 75 million Americans vote.
Oh, we lost you. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Hey, Prophet, are you still there? Because we done lost you. Can you hear us, Prophet?
Hey, Prophet, unmute your mic. Unmute your mic.
Can you hear us, Prophet?
It's mic stuff.
I may drop him. I'm gonna drop you down, Prophet, then you can come back up. Let me go ahead and get the Just Case.
Man, you gotta update the app, restart your phone, clear all the close all your other apps. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see if he back, he's able to speak now.
All right, thank you, sir. But like I said, we are united, okay, and we are Americans. I have been I go into these African spaces and I listen to them speak on us being on benefits, on welfare. We're doing this, we're doing that. They're in our country, and like I told them, don't speak on what we as Black Americans are doing out here. We are making our country great again. Why don't you go back to Africa and make that great again? Well, have you ever been to Africa? No, I haven't been to Africa, and I don't want to go. Okay, it ain't nothing beautiful over there that I want to see with all this going on in my country. You understand what I'm saying? And what they're like, my dad told me at the age of 15, like about California. He said, Mark, if they don't get it together, that's my first name, Mark. The Mexicans are going to take over California. He told me this at the age of about 15 or 16, and I'm 61 now. And like I've told my ex-wife, they got them some new Negroes out here, the Democratic Party. That's why all these immigrants came in here, to replace y'all, to replace us. And they are not for us. Okay? Just like when they say the immigrant comes out here, and if they have a baby on American land, that's an American? No. The law is it was for with the Africans that were brought out here, our ancestors that built this country, when they had babies, which is us, we were automatic Americans. That didn't go for everybody. That just went for the Black people. So we're having the right conversation. And these other folks are not for us. Let that sink in. They are not for us. Mainstream Black America, mainstream white America, we are united. And I'll land there.
I don't know about that one, Prophet. I don't know if we've ever been united with white America, to be honest, but I get the point that you're trying to prove, but I don't know about.
Yeah, I'm trying to say this though.
Real quick, because I gotta get my girl Just Case because she's waiting.
I'm in and out.
Yeah, real quick.
Throughout my histories and my studies and my experiences, one thing about white people is this: white people are ambitious to power. They only want to control stuff, and they are the biggest deceivers out. That's why Elijah Muhammad called them the devil, because the devil was the deceiver. They may act like our friend, they may act like they down, but then just as soon as it's coming to victory, they're gonna be the first ones to stab us in our back, cut our hat off, and try to wake our women and our sisters. And that is their history, and that is their culture, and that's what they've been doing for the past 6,000 years. We don't have no friends, in the words of Dr. John Henry Clark. I don't care how much they may sugarcoat it. I don't care how much opportunity they may offer. I don't care how much bigger bag or purse they get. Those are white people. Their only ambition, goal, and achievement is power. controls the war to the spoils. And once they conquer it, they get everything: the women, the gold, the children, the land, and the resources. I made my plane there.
All right. Yeah, let me get the Just Cakes. Just Cakes, go ahead and unmute your mic. How you doing tonight?
Hey, fam. How y'all doing?
Hey, what's up now?
Well, I'm going to talk real quick before I go in the house. You know, the baby runs the show. But just to touch on the topics, first and foremost, I want to say that to the people that's from Chicago and stuff like that, I just want to know if y'all notice all these plates from out of state more than usual. You got New Jersey, you got Oklahoma plates, you got Texas, California, you got all these. We don't have nothing going on that we should be having all these out of state plates. So the only thing that says to me is that Reid and Johnson making this a sanctuary city for these criminals. The word is out, and they all come and they converging down here. As far as Reid, good riddance. I'm happy she gone. And the other thing I want to say about it, I didn't think she could look any worse than when she looked every day on TV. But damn, when she made that video crying, unbelievable. As far as Maga and the White House, them having a party, I would say I didn't have an issue with it. As far as them enjoying themselves and stuff like that, the positive part about it is they kind of showing Republicans that, hey, we are receptive. This not the, go along and get along. This not the one party for black people system anymore. They putting it out there like, hey, we, if y'all off these, we willing to like that. The only thing I would say is I just don't want to just overcorrect or over adjust to the point that we're doing the same exact thing we was doing with the Democrats for the Republicans. It's still all about tangible. It's all about tangible benefits for black people. It's not about red or blue. It's about black. Cali Reparations, I haven't heard about it. And the Haitian status, I don't know about that neither. It's been a busy day. But outside of that, I just landed with saying, you see a whole lot of
the Cali Reparations thing. They have a Republican candidate out there that's going to help them build a freedmen's agency. But go ahead.
Oh,
so y'all tell y'all about it.
Oh, cool. Once I'm finished talking, I'm probably going to go back down to the listener anyway, just because this is the most quiet it's going to be for a while. But yeah, I just don't want to overcorrect. As far as the black people that's MAGA, I'm with it, especially as long as he gonna do tangible stuff. I like the fact that he is showing like, hey, all the fear mongering that the Democrats are doing, that stuff is out the door. That's not what it is. And if anybody got half a brain, that's what the Democrats are, especially. I'm sorry, I got a call. They've been exploiting our history, and it's just cruel. It's just like telling a rape victim, like, hey, if you don't do this, remember what happened.
We lost you. Are you there?
Her phone ringing.
Okay, because we can't hear you, Just Cakes. Hold on, because we got Ray. Ray hadn't had a chance to speak. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the new speakers. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be dropping. Yeah, I see her up here, but she don't have her hand up. But what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna be closing this space out, I'm gonna be dropping speakers as they speak, because everybody don't. Matter of fact. Co-hosts don't bring anybody else up to speak. Whoever up here, we just gonna keep them up here and then let them speak, and we're gonna be getting ready to close this space out in a second. Let Ray come up here. Ray, go ahead. Ray, let me get to Ray. I want to get to the Black Vanguard, and then I'll get to Mark and you feel me, and they'll be the last speakers for the night.
everybody in the space.
What's up, Ray?
The Black Vanguard, Brother Twizzle. There's everybody displayed in the space. So I'm gonna be real quick. I heard hit my knee. Sorry. I heard a brother say something about reparations and separation. I actually think that might be a good idea to start campaigning, because that kind of obviously promotes our cause, and then there's a lot of people that don't want to be around us, so it's kind of a win-win. I apologize because for most of the space I've been doing my homework, so if I repeat something, please forgive me. So the whole situation with Joy Reid getting fired, I mean, from what I understand, she was kind of a Democratic shield anyway, so she really wasn't doing anything for our people anyway, and I want to say she's also an immigrant. Black Maga. For that Newstoter, were you referring to the fact that Pastor Jamal Anderson called them some house Negroes and some other epithets?
It was a bunch. It's about a bunch of different stuff. A bunch of people were saying a bunch of different things.
Okay, yeah, because I posted about that when you retweeted that, and I said that it's wild to me that Jamal Bryant, the same man who took over the New Birth Church that's in Atlanta, because I'm from Georgia, after Eddie Long passed, would have the audacity to call people that support Trump runaway slaves and that C word, especially when his own past has been filled with so much controversy, from allegations of infidelity to accusations of failing to take responsibility for his children. His name has been tied with all types of scandals, and yet he stands in that pulpit passing judgment on others. He's a true example of a wolf in sheep's clothing, and in the end, God is going to see all. Cali Reparations. I'm actually getting ready to move to California. I'm going out there in June, so I'm going to do whatever I can to help get that. Whatever I can do, I'm definitely going to loan that to it. And for Haitian status, what do you mean by that?
About the protection status that was lifted on the Haitians.
Oh, lifted? Well, no, I'm not for that at all. If you're not a freedman, you need to go back to where you came from. That's just how I am with it. And I'm with them changing the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment in order to do so. Because at the end of the day, they aren't our friends. This is not our family. And at the end of the day, they will replace us if they could, but they can't. So I'll land on that, Newstoter. I appreciate you giving me the space. And to all the family, I'm going to bid y'all a good night. I got to get this homework turned in. I only got 3 hours.
All right, appreciate that, Ray. Let me go ahead and get to the Black Vanguard. Black Vanguard, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yeah, so how's everybody doing now? Joy Reid, I'm gonna go over this now. Joy Reid, nobody ain't tripping about education for Joy. We got these Black Democratic lay people that's trying to get us to join Joy Reid, but Joy Reid, she's an immigrant. I never see her talk about the conditions going over to the colonies. I went over to East Africa. I've been all over East Africa. I've been over there near the border between Rwanda. It's so bad over there is that you can't go to the Congo. You have to have permission from Rwanda, and you have to have permission from the U.S. government to go to Rwanda. And also is that they took over a major border area over there, the M19 rebels over there. So she got a whole lot of things to worry about in her homeland, and the Democratic Republic of Congo to worry about was one of the foundational Black American freedom business, though. I get tired of these foreigners coming over here from these failed third world countries and try to get constructive criticism or advice from them. They fled their homelands. They're not over there. So that's to have the audacity to do that, though. She needs to go back and fix and build and stop the civil war that's going on over there in the Congo war people. Then I'm going to address the Black Maga and White House situation. I don't got nothing against people that support Donald Trump, though, as long as they're not a clone, though, or a sample. Like, I got respect for P-Ray and all them, though. Even though they support Trump, they're not a clone or a sellout, though. They not the Brian Donalds, though. He's an immigrant, though. They not the Clara Thomas of the world. So I got respect for Black Magas as long as they're not samples, not trying to undermine the reparations or the intent we got going on. Now I'm going to address the California reparations. I'm on the ground out here in California. CJEC. I'm part of CJEC as well. Bill Saley doing that. I believe it's called AB 1193 or something like that. The new Freeman bill. See, Bill Saley though, he supports the grassroots though. Even though he's Republican though, he supports the grassroots though. We made him change his mind on his stance for reparations because he felt bad
far as what happened last year on August 31st, we went to Sacramento State Capitol. How you had Isaac Bryan, which is a single member down in Los Angeles, so he did a from the Black Reparations though. So he said that I'm gonna take the initiative and make sure I get the agency bill to pass. So we confronted Isaac Bryan at his toy giveaway. He had Christmas stories for the last 3 or 4 years. He was doing that Christmas toy giveaway program though. So we confronted him talking about Black Reparations bill. Then he started deflecting and projecting, talking about Republicans and all that other stuff though. Basically trying to deflect though. So the California State Black Caucus put some bull crap bills up there. But the only real bill that people do support is the Bill Savings Bill. A lot of people have criticism because he's Republican though, but he supports the Black grassroots agenda. We support any political party, whether they're Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian. We support any political party and any person that lines up any political party that supports our agenda. Because the Democrats wanted to control California from the top up. All the lawmakers, state legislators, all Democrats. Did you know is that they just gave illegals $50 million in California for y'all that's keeping up with it. They gave them $50 million to fight against Trump. In the city of Los Angeles, though, they gave them illegals $540,000 fighting against the Trump administration for 3 months in the city of Los Angeles alone. They on county level, they giving them money. So they give these illegals and non-citizens money. Everybody know about the U.S. aid. In 2022 and 2023, U.S. aid and actually exposes in Los Angeles, the Biden administration gave the illegal immigrants $21 million in the city of Los Angeles for housing under the fee. So these Democrats are giving money to these illegals and non-citizens in this country, though, which is actually stopping our face, though, to our ancestors. Now I'm gonna address this Haitian status, though. Yeah, you might have some good Haitians here and there, but a lot of them have to go. They got to come the legal way. I just got back from Japan. Japan is that they got one of the most strictest immigration rules and laws in the world, though. You can't go to Japan illegally. You have to have a passport to enter that country. So they got to come in the right way if they're here legally, though. I can't do that. I can't go to nobody else's country to do that to them. And a lot of these Haitians got a lot of anti-Black American freedmen sentiments, though. They come over here and start turf wars for Black Americans, especially all throughout the East Coast area with Haitian Jack. A lot of people don't realize that them Haitians are the key instruments started East Coast West Coast War where our people, like the person that took out Tupac was a Haitian called Haitian Jack. Then everybody know about Florida, how the Haitians start turf wars for Black Americans in Florida all throughout the East Coast of Florida. So, and then also is that how come the Haitians can't advocate for their own people? They got all types of Haitian organizations. You got the Haitian Bridge Alliance. They got the Haitian American Caucus. They got all these Haitian organizations. They got CARICOM. They got Haitian embassies all across America, especially in New York and in Florida. How come they can't get their government to advocate for them? And so that they got to fight their own battles. We stay out of this though.
One quick correction. Haitian Jack didn't kill Tupac. That was a Baby Lane cat that shot him out in Vegas.
No, it was the cops.
It was the cops. It was from my understanding, it was actual dude that they jumped on and beat up on at the actual in Vegas was the ones that actually hit him up. That's why his uncle right now was running his mouth and they got him in custody and stuff like that. Haitian Jack has something to do with the shooting in New York, from my understanding. But out there in Vegas where Tupac got killed at, it was actually the Baby Lane dude that actually was supposedly, quote unquote, was supposed to be the trigger man.
He was a kid, bro. He was just there.
Wait. You say who was? You say Baby Lane was a kid?
He was the kid, but he wasn't a kid.
Baby Lane had a reputation of being a shooter. I'm not gonna say the cop. I'm not gonna say the cops and have something to do with. I'm not saying the cops and have something to do with them covering up, but.
To me, brother, right now, EPD trial got delayed because they got new evidence. EPD been lying, bro. He was trying to make money. Like he got jammed up on some drug charges, and this allegedly. And I think they came to him like, listen, we need to solve this case. And Reggie Wright been putting this story out allegedly for years. Oh, it was these
But let's chill on the dropping the F-bomb, but let's put it like this right here. Haitian Jack didn't have anything to do with the actual shooting. Yeah, but he said Haitian Jack had something to do with him being killed. Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick, bro. He's saying Haitian Jack had something to do with him being killed, which I'm saying he didn't.
No. He was in prison. Haitian Jack was in prison.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Haitian Jack didn't have anything to do with that.
No, he ain't got nothing to do with this. He ain't got nothing to do with this. But this was orchestrated. What I'm trying to tell you, like allegedly, it's a lot of. You got to look up the Rampart investigation in LAPD. They was, understand me, and this is allegedly. Reggie right to you. He been lying all over the internet. His father was the captain of the company. And he went to the federal prison for racketeering, drugs, illicit, all kinds of shit. So, excuse my language, my bad. But I'm trying to tell you, he's deeper than this. He pulled security off Tupac.
Hey, but we getting sidetracked. So let me go ahead and let the Black Vanguard land it, and then I'll let you and then Mark go ahead and close it out. But go ahead, Black Vanguard. I'm gonna give you about 45 seconds of land.
Oh yeah, so the Haitians got to fight their own battles though, because they got all types of Haitian organizations that advocate for their people. They don't do Black Americans and they fight and they struggle. They don't show none of their resources to our people. When they get resources, the resources they get, they make sure they keep their resources away from our people. So the Haitians got to fight their own battles over there. They got to hold their own candle and fight their own battles. And we don't say for everybody's new day in our community. We no longer going to fight for the battle issues of other people. They need to go back and fix and build up their homelands though and try to make it work for their people over here. That's all I got to say for them.
All right, appreciate it. Let me go ahead and get to you. Y'all feel me real quick. Then I want to get to Mark. We're gonna close it out. Twizzle, I'm gonna see about bringing you up if we got a chance real quick. But I'm gonna see what these two speakers do real quick.
Okay, what I want to first off saying is like I appreciate y'all letting me come up. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the FBA's man. But yeah, Joy Reid, she went for us. All she was talking about immigration and all this other stuff. We didn't want to hear that. She went for us no way. So go ahead and get about it. She was crying like, okay, it's okay. You do your thing. Do your thing. But yeah, falls and reparations, we need that. Then every time I look at a lake, I think it's a black town under there. You feel what I'm saying? I look at a lake different now. A highway, I'm like, once was a black community through here. Like they've been doing this for years. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? And they need to pay for it. They tricked us out there 40 acres in the mule and $100, whatever. They did all that. But yeah, they didn't stand on their business. America never gonna succeed until they pay their debt. And that's what I got to say. I never look at the lake the same. Every time I look at the lake now, I think it's a black town under there. They flooded all our towns, like, and they took all the trades out of school. We used to be mechanics. We got too powerful, like. So they tried to slow the education down. So then I found out about them black. Like I said, they've been watered down the education for years. I'm 39 right now. God bless me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was the type of time I'm on now. I'm like, man, what they been doing this? They never taught me this in school. So it's been watered down. We need to get on the educational board. We need to start empower our youth, especially like me. Like, I'm a reformed criminal, so it's up to me to elevate the youth and let them understand it's something different. There's something different out there instead of empowering these prisons. So once we get our reparations, the prison system is going to die out. So thank y'all for letting me speak, and yeah, appreciate y'all.
All right, appreciate that. Let me go ahead and get Mark up here. Mark, go ahead. I'm gonna let you get it in, and then we're gonna get ready to close this thing out in a second.
So I can't say what I really want to say, so I'm just going to say F. Pastor Jamal Bryant.
Oh, you still there, Mark? Or you gone? Is Mark still there? Is he? Can you hear us, Mark? Or is he in the Matrix?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
Hey, Mark, come right back up here, man. Mark, come right back up here.
Yeah, I think he must have got caught up in the Matrix.
message. You want to get it in real quick? Yeah, quick. Be out here. Moko, what's up? You know what I'm saying? People on Codify. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Moko. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Real quick, yeah, because I'm going to close this thing out.
Oh, your phone janky gang too, man. See? This is why we need we need reparations, man. All the black people got old phones. We got these 1985 phones, yo. Make sure y'all get y'all Codified t-shirts with Be More Codified. Get your smell good. Summer coming up. Smell my neighbor's garbage today. That's like know how hot it was. So y'all need some air freshener out there with that smell good.
Go ahead, Moko, you got it.
Mark, I don't know if you down
here.
Okay,
my phone ain't so janky. I think that's DJ phone on the low. But no, good tight space. I definitely appreciate everybody, BGQs. Joy Reid still not serious about dismantling racism, white supremacy. Black Maga in the White House. All last name was victims of racism in the White House. Cali Reparations. Luke. Haitian status, still victims of racism, white supremacy. Thanks for letting me speak.
And we got to delineate. My bad, brother. I forgot. We got to delineate.
All right. Appreciate that. Okay. Reid look like Reid tagged you and wants to know if you're doing a space later on tonight. So I don't know if you got a space going on after this one here or not, DJ. I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out though. For now. Okay, Mark is coming back up. Let me let Mark finish his train of thought, and then we're gonna close it out.
There you go, right there.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I think my phone cut out, but I just want to say that the hell with Pastor Jamal Bryant down there with that Greek government worker gay church gang that he got going on down there. That Sodom and Gomorrah plantation that he's running down there. Eddie Long 2.0. Hey man, we had better get away from these black Greeks, especially the leadership, because a lot of y'all are part of these groups, and y'all know that them people messing over y'all. It ain't no different than being in a street gang and the leadership messing over the low-level street gang members. It's the same thing. I know y'all can't say what I'm saying if you're part of those groups, so I'm saying it for you. I know they messing over y'all. They do it right here in Chicago. And the very members of these Greek fraternities are the ones that slip us the information on their leadership. So I know it's happening down there. Y'all at different cities. Y'all don't have to speak up. Just slip the information in my back channel. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with exposing. Or the Mason Easter style. Now cut my throat, please, please. Traveling man, hot desert sand, need to grow. Went to Europe to ask a cracker, can you be yourself? Prince Hall nigga. Get out of here with that kind of stuff. Boy, we don't feel none of that. You don't stand on us. You don't tell us what to do. You don't dictate to us, boy. You run that sissy operation you got down there, Jamal Bryant. You run that sissy operation. You don't run no me.
All right. I guess that's as good as any way to go ahead and end tonight's space as well, too. So shout out to everybody speaking up in the space tonight, man. DJ, do you got a space plan tonight, or you chilling tonight?
We chilling.
Okay, so DJ say he chilling tonight, guys. So check us out tomorrow night. We'll be back with another space. So peace. Everybody be safe, and we'll see y'all then.
Shout out FBA in the building. All my freakers. Shout out y'all.